And next comment that I see about anybody hating Summer or not understanding why motherfuckers say she the show, I'ma just assume that you slow. Because baby, the way that her name was mentioned several times during episode 1, go ahead. Let's play a drinking game. Take a shot every time Summer's name was mentioned. And I bet your ass be on your ass and drunk.
Let's talk about it.
I swear I'm about to. Can't deal with this, though. I'm halfway at that. But it's free summer. I swear I'm about to. Can't deal with this, though. I'm halfway at that. But it's free summer.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
I want to confront Natalie about the interview that she did about me when she went to fucking London.
I'm looking at Rolly head. Bitches, this crumbs in her head. Rolly, your big ass should not be wearing no fucking glitter. Because as big as you are, as many BBLs as you had, it don't look like glitter, bitch. It look like it's crumbs, okay? It look like you got lice. It look like it's dandruff. Bitch, is this psoriasis in your goddamn head? Like, what is going on? I know y'all see them crumbs in her head.
Like, y'all look at your socks.
Good, yeah.
They're cute.
Right. Oh! Girl, what in the Tyson Purdue? Mariah, why are you coming in here looking like a chicken breast? The fact that you white and wearing white and they got white hair, it don't make it no better.
Basically, you catching strays. She really be having.
You catching strays because you were the stray bitch. Again, you was the threesome jump off that then became the girlfriend, baby mama.
Here's something you guys don't know about me. I don't like fish.
Oh! Angel, it seemed like fish don't like you either.
We don't care.
I told you.
Angel, wake up, babe. Oh, sweet.
It's her knock the fuck out like she done did shit. Ooh, girl. Ooh, I'm pooped. I done did that. This whack ass trip and she knocked out.
And the minute I get into this house, I'm going to do what I want to do. And there are no rules because I make up the rules.
Natalie been none. Fuck is you talking? Natalie been none. And it's the fact that 20 years later, we still got bitches complaining like they don't know who the fuck Natalie is when Natalie been none.
Your nose looks like a gorilla nose.
I'm Puerto Rican, Brazilian, and Black.
Well, girl, who wasn't in 2007? Who was it?
White.
What are y'all pay the bill in here so nobody can say
Baby, not that it's you, girl. Chat. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. Okay, because we ain't on Patreon. We ain't on Patreon no more. Girl, okay. Patreon.com/Scott Santana, baby. Okay, that's what we just literally got into the reunion less than 2 hours ago with premiere, and we already got the episode up ready to go. Okay, so if you are not already on Patreon, okay, if you have been on the fence trying to figure out if you was going to come to Patreon, bitch, do so. We not only just watch Baddies, we watch Real Housewives, we watch all the other shows that I'm into as well. And we are going to start doing Throwback Thursdays, okay, this week. Okay, we are going back retroactively, starting from Baddies ATL to Baddies South to Baddies West and up and all the way through. Okay, as well as watching Bad Girls Club. Those two shows are going to be on the higher tier. Okay, so yeah. Let's quickly get into this reunion episode, and hopefully we're not here for too long. Y'all know I like to cap these videos out at 20 to 30 minutes now, so hopefully we're not here too long because it wasn't even too much going on. I mean, it's exactly what I told y'all would go on, and not just because of the tea that was spilled on the channel, but because I told y'all it looked like this season is going to be a reunion where we're going to get a lot more dialogue and less of the bullshit. And that's exactly what the fuck it was. Because since when? Since Baddies West, to be specific. Okay, since when have the bitches came in and sat down? We got a whole episode dedicated to just talking. Like, let's be so for real. Usually episode 1 be wasted. Okay, cool. But like the way that they could have kept all of these unnecessary ass scenes, matter of fact, hold on. Because let me show you one of the unnecessary ass scenes and why I say it was unnecessary. Because what are we doing? If Natalie and Chow and ET, well, chat at this point, EBT, okay? Fuck a DTB, girl, EBT. Okay, if Natalie and EBT was just gonna fight anyways, what was all of that for? Because it wasn't to build the suspense. Because we know ZEUS don't fuck around with character development. We know they don't know shit about that. What the fuck was the point of showing them both drunk the entire episode 1 if they just gonna fight it out anyways and none of that shit really mattered? And then even the fight don't even matter because now she back for chapter 2 and she on the apple. Girl, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Okay. Like I said in the intro, bitch, if you still ready to fix your lips and fix your fingers to go ahead and rage bait and rant tweet about Midsummer, you just slow at this point, because it's understandable if you don't like her. But what's not understandable if you don't understand why she's that bitch and why she's the Beyonce of this shit. Like, if it was not brutally obvious, painfully obvious from episode 1 that she is that girl, and this show cannot go on, at least not with her still involved as much as it can't, unless the other girls clock in, then baby, you must be just as slow as ZEUS. Because the way that they mention her every 5 seconds, the way that every scene, everybody mention her, from Tasiki and Biggie to Rolly and Scotty to Bobby, Janiesha, and Saucy, to then Saucy saying it again in the goddamn promo. Like, Summer was missed, and they had nothing to work with until she came. And we're gonna talk about it, because I know a lot of people probably already prepared to go in on Mariah Land and but Team Mariah, because again, they had absolutely nothing to work with, which is why they allowed that audience member to go up there and fight her. But nothing that I'm saying is new, because if you've been around, you already know that I already said this. Scotto miss. Let's get into it.
Cause I'ma tease you and freak you just like that. Just like that. Only thing hard is you now, but you like that. You like that. Defense is down, it don't make sense to fight back. Caught you off guard in your back, but you like that. While you rise, you working hard over time. Out of will, come inside. Now it's my turn to use your mind into the light. Big thighs, big thighs, big thighs, big thighs, big thighs, big thighs, gon' save your life. Big thighs, big thighs, big thighs.
All right, so let's get into it, but not that far into it, because bitch, let's zoom out. The fuck? Show my background. So we start off, I mean, after you skip through the 6 minutes of previews, but chat, listen, because you see how we had 8 minutes of this goddamn recording? And do you see how we didn't get our first scene until what, 8 minutes and 2 seconds of the goddamn show? Don't ever complain about my motherfucking intro if you sit here through these ZEUS intros. Because not only are we sitting through 5 minutes of goddamn previews of what the fuck happened that we literally just seen happen for the last 20 goddamn weeks. Then we got to sit through 2 minutes of goddamn transition scenes. Okay? We got to see the streets. We got to see the cars. We got to see the people getting into the cars. We got to see the planes in the sky. Okay, we got to see the birds and cranes up in the sky. We got to see the people on the rooftops. We got to see the people in the streets. We got to see the people in their bathrooms. We got to see the people on the trains. We got to see the people in the boats. We got to see the turtles in the ocean. Like, girl, ZEUS, can we get to it? Can we get to it? Okay, and until ZEUS gets to it, bitch, don't ever rush me in my motherfucking videos or my motherfucking intros. Okay, so we get to this motherfucking scene with Teriyaki and Piggy. No wonder they so close, but not really. Aw, because it's giving pork loin and teriyaki sauce. Aw, teriyaki weak sauce. Aw, that's a beautiful combination, honestly. Truly, I could go for a pulled chopped cheese right now. Absolutely. Okay, but these two have this scripted ass scene. And why is it scripted? Because as soon as they sit down, guess what they talking about? They talking about Piggy versus Big Legs. Out of all things that they could be talking about, we talking about Piggy versus Big Legs. Why are we talking about that? Because Piggy already walked in and she knew she was going to be scared. Siki, come on. You know, we got to do the scene where we got to catch up or whatever. Okay? So when we sit in the scene, I need you to bring up Big Legs. I need you to bring up Big Legs. Yo, is that your friend? Okay. So bring her up. Pick up. You already knew she going to try to slap me. You already knew she got no Siki. Come on. You already know she got a problem with me. Yo. What do you thought that insert Spanish here? Okay. Piggy called herself trying to sit down with Teriyaki so that we could talk about big legs out of nowhere because she already knew that the bitch was ready to slap her. So this was a whole scene of, ooh, let's set the scene and make it look like I don't have a problem with her. So that when she does slap me, or if I come out onto the stage and she suddenly has a problem with me, it's all sudden and it's out of nowhere because, hey, the beef that we had, it wasn't that big of a deal. Bitch, you knew it was that big of a motherfucker. You knew it was that, you knew. I told you I don't like when I'm being spoon-fed shit. I don't like no performative ass shit. And I don't like when people pander to me. And that's all that was going on during this goddamn scene. That's all the fuck that was going on. All the fuck that was going on. Okay? So then Chicken Breast ends up coming in there talking about whatever she was talking about, child. Like I said in the motherfucking Patreon promo intro, I couldn't focus. I could not focus. I wanted to throw Mariah ass up on top of somebody's grill. Okay? Throw that bitch onto a George Foreman because the way that she was looking, she walked in there definitely looking like a rare breed. And I do mean extra rare. Extra rare. A dying breed? No, she looked like a rare breed. Very rare. Absolutely not. I couldn't focus on shit they were saying. Okay. So the next thing you know, we get to the scene where hold on. At what point did they even come out, chat? At some point, it was Scotty the Thotty with the pregnant body, and it was Swiss Rolly. Okay, because now we got to set the scene for them two. Them two ain't offering nothing to the goddamn show. And so now all of a sudden, Swiss Rolly got a problem with Natalie about some shit that done happened 10 years ago or 10 months ago. Chat, I don't know. But she got a problem with her. And I'm just trying to figure out, was this before or after you hopped on her album? Because I don't understand. I don't understand. But we're going to get back to her once we get to her coming on stage because I don't understand. It felt like you was digging into your ass. Okay? It felt like you was digging into your ass trying to justify you having a problem with Nick. I was about to say with Nicki Minaj, but child, her too. It felt like you was digging in your ass trying to justify you having a problem with Natalie. But it really also felt like you was trying to justify why you here collecting a check and taking up space. That's what it felt like. Because now all of a sudden you got a problem. Girl, bye. You just here to do your contracted one fight, which is Natalie, which is easy because y'all already know how the shit go at this point. And then two, let's get Summer because that's also a part of the agreement. Girl, bye. Okay. So then we move on to the bottom three, who I feel like try to call themselves the new big three. Talking about some, oh, we 4 seasons in, y'all. We've been here 4 seasons. Mind you, Janiesha the John been there every goddamn season that we had a season of this goddamn show. But they sitting here acting like they the new big three, talking about, oh, we've been together for 4 seasons now together, y'all. Us three. Remember this bitch said that, right? Remember that this bitch said that. Whole time I'm looking at Saucy in these legs. Because they done been here 4 seasons and 3 of them he done wore that same dress. And I said, oh, this is what the legs look like? Baby, go put that dress back on. Go put your famous dress back on. Cover up these legs, girl. Cover them up. Absolutely not. Okay? All that extra padding and shit that Bobby who look like he paint lights. All that extra padding and shit. All of that extra fabric that he got. I'm sure he could have gave you some of that to make a little poncho for your legs. Make you a dress or something, a little skirt for your legs to cover up. Because absolutely not. They was looking ashy and just dry. I said, what the hell? Did you spend all your money on that weave? On that thin ass hair that you got? That thin ass hair that looked like it needed an extra bundle? Like, what was going on with the look this season? Because it's like, how you still look the best that you've ever looked, but then at the same time, you look a mess. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. And his beard was thin as hell, too. I was just like, son gotta give. You got this thin ass wig, you got this thin ass beard, and then your legs look dry and ashy as hell. But I guess that's better than his legs looking like chicken breasts like Mariah wanna be Lynn from Girlfriends, child. But anyways, moving on. So the editing shit was real weird this episode. It was very weird. You could tell the thing had shit going on because we get an audience introduction, child. They passing the microphone around. We doing drop everything and read time. Girl, like they going around, everybody saying their names, everybody saying what they thankful for, what they want for Christmas. Like we wasting all of this goddamn time and it's just so awkward. And then they introducing all of the hosts, but it ain't no music. All you hear is the crowd cheering and clapping, but like they calling people out, but they're not playing their music. It's like Saucy coming out, play his new single. Natalie coming out, play her new single. Like, why are they walking out to damn near silence? Like, it was awkward to me. It was awkward. I skipped right through the performance because, bitch, I didn't come for the BET Awards. I came for ZEUS. I came for Baddies. Like, what are we doing? This ain't Jocelyn's cabinet. Let's move on. So, Natalie ends up coming out. She drunk as hell. She's drunk as hell. And we just want to skip right to Suki. Okay, because Suki makes it seem like, oh, she didn't know that she was pregnant. And I said that. I said either Suki knew that she was pregnant and didn't give a fuck because she's so hood and so down and so about it, or she didn't know and still was going to fight either way. And so apparently she want to say, oh, I didn't know. And here was my thing, because the whole scene with Suki, it pissed me off because in one breath you want to say, oh, I'm gangster and I only date gangsters and shooters. And then here's what really threw me off. When they asking her about the Mace situation, she's not regretful at all. And she doubled down on it and basically said, yeah, and I do that shit again. And y'all better be thankful I didn't shoot the place up. I'm sorry. I could never be on the show. Because if I would have got Mace and then I hear a bitch say that, I'm coming onto the stage and I'm fucking her and that baby up. Her and the baby. I hope you're ready for a special delivery. Yeah, knock, knock, knock. Assigned to you, special delivery. And it's an ass whooping for Suki Hana. What's the real name? Destiny. This for Destiny and Destiny Jr. What is this? Child number 8? I'm sure. Absolutely. I will be fucking her and the baby up. Okay, you better have a doctor on standby. Because you about to get birth. You about to get birth. Oh, what? You think I'm supposed to care? You think I'm supposed to care that a nigga went and shot her club up, but yet she telling me I need to be thankful that I didn't get shot in the actual club? Oh, absolutely not. I thought that crossed all types of lines, all types of boundaries. I did. And you can't look at Suki and say, oh, she's so gangster and she's so bad and she's so about it because she said, oh, they need to be thankful I didn't shoot their ass. But then look at somebody who would quote unquote harm a pregnant woman and say that they wrong. No. Because if anything goes with what she's saying, then anything goes in retaliation, bitch. I thought that was all types of just foul. That really made me look at her like, you grimy, dirty, nasty ass bitch. Like, and the crazy thing is too, is like, I don't be understanding people that go on these reality shows. It's like, on one hand, you want to say it's TV, but then on another hand, you want to say it's real life, right? But then it's like, okay, you saying stuff like that, it can make shit way bigger because I'm sure that a bunch of people on this show have families or have people that care about them that is not going to look at it like, oh, this is just a show, because now you talking about, oh, it's real life. And now people from their real life is going to want to get involved, right? Because if somebody starts talking about her and her baby, then it's going to be, oh, babies is off limits. Are they? Because she just said it's real life and she just made a real life threat. So if it's okay for this bitch to say, oh, I'm going to mace the club up and y'all better be thankful I didn't shoot the club up and y'all better be thankful that your ass didn't get shot by a bullet that I shot, then it should be okay for somebody to be like, oh, you better hope that your baby don't turn out like Krishan's. Because wasn't you out here showing your pussy to the World Wide Web and doing all of the low down dirty shit that she was doing? And allegedly they saying that, oh, Krishan baby turned out that way because she had an STD and still pushed the baby through anyways, knowing that she had chlamydia. Ain't no telling what the fuck you had and what was going on with your pussy. So let's just hope we don't have a Junior Part 2 walking around. See, other people have mouths that's just as deadly and just as violent as Suki Hana claims that hers is. So it's just, watch it, boo. Watch it, Destiny. But I'm not a part of the cast. And that's for a reason, because shit like that, I would not be able to tolerate. I'm sorry. That made me look at her all types of foul. Like, that was, let's just move on. So at some point she ends up leaving. Thank God. I don't even know why she was there. They could have Zoom called her in. Because honestly and truly, I felt like she was pussy for doing what she did, period. I don't give a fuck if Gretch had a weapon. You acted like you was going to pounce on that girl the first second. And just because she was prepared, oh well. Okay. So then Fantasia ends up coming out with her drunk ass So now we got Fantasia, and now we got Grammy Award winning artist Natalie the Nunja, aka Natalie the Harajuku Baddie, aka Natalie the fucking CEO of Baddie Code. Okay, we got both of them on stage, child, doing the absolute most. Are they gonna fight? Are they not gonna fight? Are they gonna fight? Are they not gonna fight? They end up not fighting, but as we know, they are gonna fight, child, either in chapter 2 or chapter 3. And now at this point, now that I know that all of this happened before they fought, now I'm even more looking at Diamond sideways. And this is how you also know that they ain't have shit going on without Summer, because it's like, why are we even bringing Diamond, who was not here for that long, out? Like, usually the roll call would be in order of hierarchy or in order of legacy, how long they've been there. So it would have been Natalie, Scotty, Rolly, Jayla, so on and so forth. But we bringing out Suki and then Diamond? That don't even make no fucking sense. That's how you know they ain't had shit else going on. Shit else. Right? So, like I said, Fantasia ain't giving much, so they decide to bring out Scotty the Dottie with the pregnant body. And now this is where shit starts going south, because Natalie is super drunk at this point. Fantasia's super drunk at this point. And basically, Natalie was still protecting everybody on that goddamn motherfucking set. And what was pissing me off is that Saucy really wanted to get into it, and Scotty was basically egging her on, like, bitch, if you gonna say it, then just say it. But Natalie was never gonna say it, because one, she was drunk, and then two, if she tell it, then she's gonna have to tell it all. And I've been saying that since episode 13. Go back and watch if you did not watch episode 13 and episode 14 and my reviews and my recaps. I told y'all, when Natalie sat down with Scotty, if she was gonna tell it, then she has to tell it all. And that includes Janiesha, which Janiesha to join, you got all of this mouth, and you sitting here like, oh, we're not going to talk about this, that, and the third, because this is a job, and I'm just here to do a job, and we're going to keep it professional. But then yet you want to press Natalie about her beef with Lemmy and Scotty, and how Mariah is involved in that. Again, that's why Natalie was sitting there acting drunk and sitting there keeping it cute. I feel like Natalie was putting 20 on 10. Do I feel like she was drunk? Yes. But do I feel like she was also putting 20 on 10 for TV? I do. She was sparing y'all. She really was, because if Natalie tells it, she's going to have to tell it all, and it's going to bring out all of the skeletons. All of them. Just like the ones that Suki Hana was sitting there alluding to, because you know the streets is already saying that Scotty is just a beard and that Lemmy is really fucking on Bobby. Now, I don't know how much that is, because you know y'all bitches like to be homophobic and y'all like to tussle and do shit like that. Not y'all, but y'all, you know, make up rumors and stuff like that and always questioning somebody's sexuality. I don't know. So I don't know how true the rumors are, but that's what the street's saying, right? And that's what Suki was alluding to. But it's like, if anybody going to speak on that stage, they're going to tell it all. So now we got to keep it surface. We got to keep it surface and just say what we already know. But again, I thought it was very bold of Janiesha to join, to sit there, and you don't want to talk about your shit and how you involved in this situation, but yet you want to grill Natalie about Scott. Like, that doesn't even work when Scotty's only a thing because she was the jump off to you and Lemmy having sex. Like, please make that make sense. And then Saucy looking at Scotty like, oh, you over there catching strays. No, Scotty is the motherfucking stray. She is the stray. She's the stray cat that Lemmy let into the bedroom for him and Janiesha to fuck on. And then he ended up laying with the stray cat and caught fleas. Well, technically, he gave fleas to Scotty. Now, we don't know if Janiesha caught fleas too. We don't know. But as far as we know, according to Stunner Girl, Anna Mac and Scotty had STDs from Lemmy. And I ain't got to say alleged on that. It's all over the internet. That's the real tea. Let's get into it, Janiesha. Ain't no, oh, I'm professional and I'm not in it. I'm not part of the cat. No, bitch, you are. You are. If we're going to be sitting here using all of these cute little titles like First Lady, like, see, again, this is why I couldn't be a part of this shit. Because if I was in Saucy's position or in Bobby's position, I'll be looking right at Scotty like, now what makes you think that you still get to sit up here? Oh, because you fucking a boss? You don't feel like that's a conflict of interest for you to be fucking a boss, but then having special privileges over these other bitches? So are you getting paid more? Like, how is that working when it comes to contracts? Are they protecting you more in terms of security? Like, how is this working? I would be calling it all out. But of course, conversation went absolutely motherfucking nowhere. It went absolutely nowhere. So then Rolly comes out. And again, like I said, she decides to dick in her ass to 10 years ago and bring up some issue that apparently now she has with Natalie. And I do remember Natalie saying, you fucking up the brand. And she did say that in regards to, you know, Rolly missing shows and stuff like that, because, you know, they made it seem like she was talking about a season, missing a show in terms of a season, but she missed the actual show because of some shit with her BBL or whatever, right? And then Natalie did instantly go on live and say, you're fucking up the brand, which is now a viral meme. It's so crazy that there's so many viral memes now based off of Rolly being in a compromised and bad position. But it is what it is. So Rolly was pissed about that. And then what really pissed me off with this is that, Rolly, you sitting here looking at Natalie talking about this bitch, I've been watching this bitch all season long and she's not the same. She's not the same as how she was before. And I'm like, well, how was she before, Rolly? Because if you want to go back not even 5 years ago, if you want to go back 2 years ago, 4 seasons, okay, let's go back to Baddies East. I specifically remember on Baddies East when Nene hosted and Nene was wearing that yellow green bird looking outfit, right? I specifically remember Piggy breaking down and trying to cry and have a moment talking about how Natalie not my friend. Natalie not my friend. Natalie not my friend. I specifically remember that happening. Maybe Nene was on Caribbean. Child, it don't matter. No. Nene was on. Yeah, Nene. All I remember is her reacting to Tasiki fighting, but I don't know if it was Tasiki fighting ET or. Child, I'm sure y'all will tell me. It don't really matter. My point is that whatever season I was that Nene hosted, I feel like that's also the season where Piggy was also crying about Natalie not being her friend, and then Rolly looked over to her and said, "Well, I'm not really her friend either. I don't get invited to places either. So why the fuck are we talking about it 5 seasons later? Get out of my face with that whole storyline, this whole bullshit between you and Natalie. I don't care. Because like I said about Fantasia, was this beef before or after y'all decided to hop on her album? Right. Let's move on. They end up fighting. Don't care because the audience wants to cheer for Rolly, but then say fuck her arm, but then yet cheer for Rolly. Like, I'm so confused. We cheering for Rolly because Natalie is so pussy, but then soon as Natalie says, oh, y'all think I'm pussy, and then runs up on Rolly, now we still going to cheer for Rolly, even though Natalie just proved y'all wrong and she not put. Okay. Girl, okay. So then Piggy ends up coming out and child. I don't even want to say what I want to say because I don't want to. We just going to call her Headphones. Headphones ends up coming out. Let's call her sensory issues for now, child. Sensory issues ends up coming out and she gets into it. Well, actually, no, she doesn't get into it. Then there's this whole big thing. Of course, Natalie is running around. Okay, whatever. The next big thing that happens is this whole Mariah Lynn versus Krishan thing. And the audience was disrespectful as fuck. First of all, ZEUS was feeding them liquor. Okay. You can see the little shot glasses and shit that they had. And then they was giving them the microphone and they were being very disrespectful. You would not be on my set calling me no bitch. No. If I'm Natalie Nunn, you're not going to be an audience member taking a microphone and calling me a bitch on my shit. Get this bitch the fuck up out of here. Who are you talking to? She wouldn't be playing with my cast and my girls like that. I didn't like how disrespectful the audience was. I didn't, but that's the nature of this show. This is what they allow. But if I was Natalie, absolutely not. Y'all not going to sit here and talk to me any type of way. Get your opinion off, but don't call me no bitch. Don't do that. Let alone calling one of my girls a bitch like you part of the cat. Absolutely not. But when she called Natalie a bitch to her face, that really threw me off. Like, oh, these motherfuckers is bold. And so because wasn't nothing else going on, now all of a sudden it's, oh, Mariah Lynn, didn't you say you was coming for Krishan? Wasn't Krishan on your hit list? We did videos on it. At the end of the day, Mariah was making a blanket statement. She was trying to make a blanket statement, basically saying anybody could get slapped. And because people are jumping in front of the bullet and jumping in front of the hands that's doing the slapping, ready to get slapped, and trying to make that an issue because ain't shit else going on. Like, That's all that's happening. Because Summer not there, now it's let's take this mountain and make it a molehill. But this was all because Summer was not there and wasn't shit else going on. So it's okay, finally, let's get something started because we just wasted an hour of bullshit, which I'm sure was probably like 3 hours in real time there watching Fantasia and Natalie act a fool. Like, I'm not looking at Mariah like she's scary because she made a blanket statement. She said if anybody need it, they can get that. Do I have a problem with Krishan? No, but if she feel like she need that with me, then I'm gonna defend myself. She could get that. Lemmy, Natalie, production, Mona Scott Young, everybody could get that if they feel like they need that with me. I'm not going back down. But am I running up to look for a fake? No. And she said it very well. Like, she narrated herself very clearly. But again, everybody want to be messy. Everybody looking for a fight. Everybody looking for action because Summer ain't there. That's why every single scene, everybody like, where's Summer at? Is Summer coming? Where's Summer at? Is Summer coming? Where's Summer at? Is Summer coming? Down to the motherfucking preview for next week. Saucy is like, and this is why the show needed Summer. And that was the motherfucking reunion. Did anything else happen after that aside from the girl trying to have her moment with Mariah and then Mariah running up and the security like let them fight? Because again, ain't shit else going on. No, nothing else happened.
Damn, we needed Summer.
And needed her, we did. And that's my 30. Patreon.com/Scott Santana. Okay, we already watched the reunion. So if you want to catch up and watch it again with me, Patreon.com/Scott Santana. Let me see. Anything else? TheAlignersShows.com. Book you a motherfucking reading. Thick Thighs will be out soon.
This is for the singles who keep attracting the same type of motherfucker. Different face, same bullshit. It starts off good, the vibe is there, the chemistry is there, and then here comes the inconsistency, the confusion, and the half-ass effort. And you sitting there like, okay, now how the fuck did I end up here again? Let's be real, girl. You be seeing the red flags early. You know, you be peeping shit and feeling it in your gut. You notice the little shit, right? And yet you still be sitting there like, oh, let me just see. No, okay? Because you ain't a dumb bitch, so stop being dumb, bitch. That's exactly why the fuck this shit keeps happening. You keep giving chances to people you already know ain't aligned, hoping that, oh, this one is gonna magically act right, and then what happens? They don't, right? They show you the same motherfucking pattern, just dressed up differently. And then you end up back in that same stale-ass, tired-ass energy, feeling overlooked, not chosen properly, or like you got to do the most just to keep something going. You know that lonely feeling? You know, that don't come from being single now. It comes from dealing with motherfuckers who don't show up for you correctly the first time. You're not lacking options. You're just choosing from a pool filled with piss and shit that ain't even aligned with what you actually deserve. Like, come on now. You out here acting like you want real love, consistency, and effort, but you're still entertaining bullshit, confusion, mixed signals, and bare minimum behavior. That's why the cycle keeps looping. It's not bad luck. It's a pattern in your choices, your boundaries, and what you are allowing access to you. And this is where the fuck I come in and why people actually book me. Because this isn't just, oh, pick better. No, it's deeper than that, okay? See, with a reading with me, we're going to break down exactly what the fuck this pattern is and why you're attracted to these type of motherfuckers in the first place. See what you're ignoring when you meet them and where your standards or boundaries are getting crossed. See, I'm gonna tell you exactly what energy you're putting out that's attracting this, what needs to shift, and what to look for moving forward, so you stop wasting your time on people who were never it to begin with, right? This is about you dating with clarity, moving with intention, and not ending up in the same draining ass situation from 6 months ago, 6 months later. Girl, bye. Okay, because you're not that version of yourself anymore. You're stepping into a version of you that does not chase, that does not beg, that does not convince, and definitely doesn't fucking settle. Okay, the version of you that sees it for what it is and cuts it off early. And when you move like that, oh baby, everything changes fast. Okay, the people you attract, the way that you date, the outcomes you get. Like, let's stop asking what the hell Sierra's prayer was when it's abundantly clear that Sierra did the work for herself, on herself, so she could attract better. Okay, I know y'all are tired of the same bullshit ass cycles, because listen, I'm tired of hearing about it on social media and on reality shows. My God. Okay, so being that you're actually ready to fix this shit at the root, and instead of just hoping that it changes,
book a love reading with me on thealignmedsouls.com. That's where we're going to get to the real motherfucking tea and break the pattern and get you aligned with the kind of love that you've actually been wanting. Okay? So come on, baby. Let's go find the Russell Wilson of your future.
Universal bad bitch, everybody language, everybody knows she the mud bad bad. Universal bad bitch, everybody language, everybody knows she the mud bad bad. Universal bad bitch, everybody language, everybody knows she the mud bad bad. Universal bad bitch, everybody language, everybody knows she the mud bad bad. Fuck it up, love it how they cutting up. Now these niggas swimming up, but wasn't when I'm coming up. Fuck it up, love it how they cutting up. Now these niggas swimming up, but wasn't.